There are battles where the outcome is uncertain, and there are battles where the scale of power is so different that the comparison itself becomes a study of extremes. Mind Flayer vs. Dr. Manhattan falls into the second category. One is a dimensional hive mind born from supernatural darkness. The other is a cosmic being who rebuilt himself atom by atom and now perceives time, reality, and matter as simple variables he can rewrite at will. The Mind Flayer is the ruling intelligence of the Upside Down, a realm shaped by corruption, shadow particles, and living storms. It has no physical form in the traditional sense. Instead, it spreads across the entire dimension like a conscious cloud. It commands demogorgons and other creatures as extensions of its own mind. Every parasite, every shadow, every tendril is part of one massive organism. It controls fear, infects biology, manipulates weather, and spreads consciousness across thousands of hosts at once. Within the rules of the Upside Down, it is nearly unstoppable. Dr. Manhattan is something entirely different. Once human, he transcended all biology when a nuclear accident disassembled him and he rebuilt himself atom by atom. In this transformation, he evolved into a being who sees the universe from a completely different perspective. He perceives all points in time simultaneously. He manipulates atoms with ease. He teleports across galaxies. He creates copies of himself. And in some stories, he alters timelines and shapes entire realities. Dr. Manhattan operates at a cosmic scale, far beyond the limits of any physical or supernatural monster. So what we are comparing here is not monster versus hero, or mind versus strength. This is dimensional dominance versus cosmic omniscience. The Mind Flayer is a master of one universe. Dr. Manhattan is a being who stands above universes. The true scale of their powers. The Mind Flayer thrives on its environment. Inside the Upside Down, its power is nearly absolute. It corrupts human minds, takes over bodies, and infects entire towns. It shapes storms, lightning, and the very texture of its dimension. When it forms a physical body, it becomes a towering monster built from flesh and organic matter. It reforms even after being partially destroyed, because its essence is a cloud of intelligent particles. But its greatest limitation is clear. It relies on the Upside Down, and its full potential exists only within that dimension. Even in the human world, its influence weakens unless a portal connects it back to its home. Dr. Manhattan has no such limitations. His powers include matter manipulation, atomic restructuring, teleportation, energy projection, replication, and timeline alteration. He does not breathe, does not age, does not require a dimension, and cannot be harmed by physical attacks. He can destroy objects, rebuild them instantly, or alter their atomic composition with a single thought. His consciousness exists on a higher plane where emotions fade and logic dominates. He understands the past and future simultaneously, making surprise attacks impossible. The difference in scale is massive. The Mind Flayer dominates one dimension. Manhattan can reshape dimensions. The Mind Flayer manipulates biology. Manhattan manipulates existence. What happens when their powers collide? If these two beings clashed, the Mind Flayer's first move would be psychological, trying to enter Dr. Manhattan's mind, searching for weakness, trauma, or fear. But Manhattan's mind is not like a human mind. He no longer responds to emotion. He does not experience fear or panic. His perception of time and identity is spread across multiple states of existence. The Mind Flayer's most powerful weapon, emotional manipulation, simply does not work. Then the Mind Flayer would attack physically. Massive storms of shadow particles, demogorgons, flesh constructs, and hive-mind energy would sweep around Manhattan. But he would stand unaffected. There is no brain to invade, no lungs to fill, no heart to stop. He is held together not by biology, but by sheer atomic will. The Mind Flayer would be attacking pure energy in humanoid form. If the Mind Flayer summoned its colossal monster form, Manhattan could disassemble the creature instantly. He would not need to fight. He would simply separate its atoms, erasing its physical presence in a fraction of a second. Even if the Mind Flayer reformed, and it would, Manhattan could continue to destroy it endlessly without effort. In desperation, the Mind Flayer might try to drag Manhattan into the Upside Down, hoping its home environment gives it an advantage. But Manhattan is not bound to space or dimension. He can exist anywhere, appear anywhere, and rewrite the physics of the dimension he enters. The Upside Down's rules do not apply to him. If anything, entering the Upside Down gives Manhattan more material to manipulate. Everything the Mind Flayer can do, Manhattan counters effortlessly. The final showdown, cosmic power versus dimensional hive. Picture the Upside Down cracking open. The Mind Flayer fills the entire sky, a massive, swirling shadow storm with lightning firing in all directions. Monsters crawl across the landscape, vines spread across the ground, and the temperature drops as dark energy fills the air. This is the Mind Flayer at full power, the entire dimension responding to its will. Dr. Manhattan appears, calm, glowing blue, emotionless. The Mind Flayer attacks from every direction at once. Shadow tendrils lash forward. The sky collapses downward. The particle storm tries to overwhelm him. Manhattan lifts a hand. In an instant, everything touching him dissolves into atoms. The Mind Flayer reforms. Manhattan blinks and erases another portion of its hive. The Upside Down trembles. Not from the Mind Flayer, but from Manhattan's presence. He could end the battle in one of three ways. He could disintegrate every particle simultaneously. He could rewrite the dimension's atomic structure. Or he could collapse the Upside Down entirely, removing the Mind Flayer's source of power forever. In any case, the result is the same. Final result, who would win? After evaluating every level of power, physical, mental, dimensional, cosmic, and conceptual, the final conclusion is absolutely clear. The Mind Flayer is one of the most terrifying beings in the Stranger Things franchise. It controls an entire dimension, commands an army of monsters, and corrupts minds with ease. But Dr. Manhattan does not just overpower him. He exists on a level the Mind Flayer simply cannot reach. The Mind Flayer manipulates biology. Manhattan manipulates atoms. The Mind Flayer controls a dimension. Manhattan can erase dimensions. The Mind Flayer uses hosts, storms, and particles. Manhattan controls time, energy, and reality. There is no scenario where the Mind Flayer can defeat him. Not physically. Not mentally. Not dimensionally. Final result. Dr. Manhattan wins, instantly, effortlessly, and unquestionably. This is not a competitive matchup. It is cosmic power overwhelming dimensional horror. Check out my other videos for more epic character crossovers and battles. Thanks for watching, and stay happy and healthy.